Thank you so much for watching Town and Country. I'm your host, Alicia Lewis. Well, today we're excited to have with us Mr. Cole Fryer, the young adult pastor of First Baptist Church of Albany. He's here now to share some exciting and upcoming events that the church has planned for the youth and for the community. So, Mr. Cole, welcome to Town and Country. How are you doing today?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, first things first, obviously, I want to get to know you. I want our viewers to get to know who you are. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your role as a young adult pastor?
Yeah, so First Baptist Church of Albany is a very old church, almost 200 years old.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, I'm the first young adult pastor that the church has ever had. And what that means is 18 through 35-year-olds. Mm-hmm. So specifically honing in on those really fundamental years for people. And it's awesome. I mean, so many things happen in those fundamental years.
Yeah.
People graduate high school, people go to college, people get jobs, people get married, people have their first children, they start their careers. So many things happen in those fundamental years. And so what I try to do as a young adult pastor is come alongside them and just help them navigate that, help them get connected to the church and Albany. So yeah, I'm originally from Lake City, Florida, moved to Birmingham, Alabama for school, went there and met my wife, and then we moved here about a year ago.
Wow. Well, welcome to South Georgia. Welcome to the Good Life City.
Thank you.
That's so awesome. So tell me a little bit about your inspiration behind wanting to become a young adult pastor. Where did that stem from?
Yeah, so just me being 25, a young person in ministry, I feel like kind of the rite of passage for everybody is youth ministry.
Yes.
So kids or students. And just, I don't know if it's me being the oldest child or me just being interested in adult conversation, but I've always been, kind of interested in adult conversation. That's where my faith comes from, talking to adults, talking to people. Yeah. I was the only kid around for a really long time in my family, so there was no kids table.
Okay.
It was I sat at the adult table.
Yeah, soaking up all that knowledge.
Yes, and so when I was kind of coming through school, I really wanted to be with adults. I really wanted to be with people who were having to figure out these life decisions and life stages for the very first time. And so when I saw that First Baptist Albany was looking for a specifically young adult pastor, it was exactly what I was looking for.
Wow.
And I've always been familiar with Albany. I grew up driving through Southwest Georgia. My dad, has worked in South Georgia, so I knew about Albany.
Yeah. But
I never had experienced it myself, and so it's wonderful to live here now.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. I didn't even know Albany exists until I, got the opportunity to work here at WELB back in 2021. So yeah, I'm kind of in your boat. I was just like, Albany, but I feel like it was a calling. So
absolutely,
when he calls, you gotta go. You
gotta absolutely, absolutely. It was.
So let's talk a little bit about the events that you all are hosting. First of all, First Baptist Church is always hosting something for the community, something fun for the kids. Yes. So can you just give us an overview of what the youth can expect this year? Yeah.
So for the young adults, I really try to keep them saturated in the Bible. So we're always doing stuff on Sunday mornings and on Wednesday nights. But for more fellowship-based opportunities, because like I said before, you are always in this kind of these fundamental stages of life. You're trying to meet your lifelong friends. And if you have friends from college or from high school or just friends that you've kept up with, you're entering this new stage of, okay, now I'm entering my career. I'm done with school, I'm entering my career. Or I've been in my career for about 5 years and now I'm like reaching that next level. Yeah. I'm getting married and now I'm having children, and so what I try to do is plan a lot of fellowship-based stuff as well. So what we are doing is in May, we have a mini golf tournament. We have an 18-hole mini golf tournament coming, and that is on May 4th at 6 p.m. at the church. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have food. One thing about First Baptist Albany that I have learned is that if we are doing anything, there will be food involved. And I don't think that's a First Baptist thing. I think that's just an church. Albany thing.
Yeah, and that's just a church thing.
A church thing, yes. So there's always food. There is always good Southern food. So that is wonderful. And most, if not all of our events are free. Okay. So that is a free event. And then in June, we're going to have our next, what I call Young Adult Night of Worship. Okay. And love Sunday mornings, love the church tradition, but sometimes people a little bit younger want to sing songs that maybe they are listening to, or and fellowship with people who are their age. So every now and then, we had one in March, and now we're doing one in June. A young adult night of worship, which is just basically like we eat dinner together at 6 p.m. and then at 6:30 we worship together. I'll preach a sermon, or one of our other pastors will preach a short sermon, and then we'll worship some more, and then we normally have something like a snow cone truck coming, or we play volleyball, or something like that. Okay. So that is on June 22nd at 6 p.m. is our next one of those.
Okay, so again, so many events
to
remember and just, take note of. So I am a believer in Jesus Christ, so I want people to know, how they can join your church, how they can come visit. What are those details, the church hours, things like that.
So our church office is open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5, and I'm always there. So if you ever are wanting to talk or anything like that, or have any specific questions, always there. Our other pastors are there as well. But as far as like the church services go, we have our Sunday morning service at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. And before that at 9 o'clock, we have Sunday school.
Perfect. Awesome. I love that. Again, so many events, so many things happening at First Baptist Church of Albany. So thank you, Cole, for everything that you're doing for the Lord, for the youth.
Absolutely.
You are needed and you are appreciated. So thank you so much again.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And we will have all of this information posted on our website at WAOB.com. But don't go away just yet. We'll have more TNC coming up right after this.